Hello and welcome once again to Super Northwest. I'd just like to say thanks for all the people who've actually watched the videos and subscribed to my channel. And if you like my previous videos, please subscribe. But we've just got a quick one for you today. We've had a bit of restrictions with the lockdown and stuff like that, so it's been hard to get out. I've got a couple of projects actually waiting to be filmed, also edited and stuff like that. I've got an interesting one about Kingsway Park and the anti-aircraft gun emplacements from World War II. That's quite good, so keep an eye out for that. But today, in between stuff, I've been working on my old MGB GT, which is from 1977. Now, I bought this car about 10 years ago. Had a bit of a fire in it, so I had to rewire the whole car and do various mechanical components on it and stuff like that. But I'm going to run you through it now. Let's take a look. So before we take a look, I bought some new tyres for the car today. Originally when I got it, it had 185s on the back and 175s on the front. Someone must have wanted to give it a bit of like a hot rod look, but it's never going to be a hot rod, so I've gone for 185s all round on it now and see how I get on with that. The wheels, as you can see, they need refurbing, but I can strip them down, all the paint off them and get them resprayed. That's not a problem, so I should be doing that in a later video. There she is, the Blueprint Princess. I just got them new tyres for it. Bit of a rust spot there on the door. I have to sort that out. These were only put on a couple of years ago, done very little miles. I'll take them off, give them a good clean up. Underneath it's okay. Renewed all the bushes and stuff on it a few years back, so they should be okay. I'll replace the oil in them dampers. That's a pretty easy job. Underneath looks pretty much solid. I know the underneath the car is okay, it's on jacks at the moment. Let's have a little look around the bodywork. I mean, to be honest, it could be do with a full respray. I'm not going to get that done just yet, just want to get it back on the road. Inside, you've got the usual moulds because it's been sat up for a year or so. Doesn't look too bad. I'll just clean all that off, take the seats out, clean it off. Actually bought the car about 10 years ago. Totally rewired it. So all the wiring's straight on it and stuff. And it did actually start a couple of months ago, so probably get some charge in the battery now. Get it to, see if we can get it to fire up. It's never going to be a showroom model, but if I can just get it back on the road, take on some of my adventures. Tailgate needs rubbing down. All the electrics work on it and stuff. Let's open the bonnet. I have a real problem with it rubbing just on that part there, so I've got to adjust that. I've tried to adjust it, there doesn't seem to be much adjustment in it. Probably replace these are old now. get some nice gas struts on that. Let's get the meter on that battery and give it a good test, see if we can get some charge into it. So I was getting a lot of water into the boot area, but I've got some new seal for the around the tailgate, and I'll have to adjust that. You've got some adjusting bolts there, so I'll toy around with that. Last time I tried to do it, there wasn't much adjustment in it, but we'll see what we can do with that. There is the battery. It's not that old, the battery, but I'll get the voltmeter on it and see what voltage is coming out of it. Get some charge into it, see if we can fire it up. That new seat belt's in the back. Not that anyone's going to be getting in the back of it. Now the engine bonnet latch, or strut, whatever you want to call it, that's actually knackered. So I'm just going to use a brush for now, where needs be, innit? Right, let's take a look at what this battery's telling us. One minute. One in there. So we've got 9.93, so it's totally flat. I might have to replace that, but I'll get the charger on it and see if it can give it a boost just to get it started for today. Right, let's get this charger on it. Leave it on normal, fast charge. Right, we'll give that a couple of hours. See how we go with that. So while we're waiting for that to charge up, to get the wheel back on it, we need to get it on a flat ground before we start it up and get it off the jack. Really like them wheels. No weight in them at all. They've got to come back off again anyway, because we've got to do the brakes, but just to keep it flat. Torque these back up once it's on the road. Proper torque setting. Goes. So there we go, one MGB engine. Not too bad really, as I say, done a lot of work in here. Brakes are on the list to be done. Possibly need a new cylinder or a seal kit of some kind for that. But the engine itself is in perfect condition. A couple of years back I've renewed all the bushes and the seals and stuff inside these, the SU carbs, so they're running sweet. Let's get it charged up and try and start it. Oh, it's had electronic ignition as well, in the distributor, so I might go back to normal points because they're easier to adjust. This is all the new loom that I put in a couple of years back. I had a bit of a fire moment, so I didn't want to take any chances, so I ripped it all out and renewed it. Got a new heater valve, that's all brand new, that works a treat in the winter, or it did do. Check the oil there. Yeah, it looks alright. Not done any miles that, to be honest. So all this vinyl, it's pretty new. It's only a couple of years old. Recovered all the seats and new foams, stuff like that. I'm just going to use some normal spray on them. I've tried this before, works wonders. So give it a good clean up with that. You can use white vinegar, but you do get a bit of a stench of the chippy, so it's not worth using that. So I'm just going to use this for now. Let's see how it goes. A good wipe. That should get rid of all the mould, leave a nice smell on it. There we go, so we'll do the rest of the car with all that. There we go, all nice and clean now. I'll probably take the seats out just to give it a good hoover inside. A lot of spiders webs here and stuff like that, but it smells a lot better. Well, looks like that battery's going to take hours to charge up, so I'll give it a bit of a jump start, see if we can get it running. So I've got the jump leads on it, running off another vehicle, so we'll let that initialise up for a little bit, 5 minutes or so, see how we get on. Right, before we start, Always get yourself a lucky beer to start an MGB. It works wonders. Here goes. One right on, with a bit of choke. Come on, baby. Oh yes. Sweet little princess. Doesn't sound too bad. I hate that exhaust. It's some kind of cherry bomb exhaust. That's coming off. That's on no choke now. Let it warm up for a bit. Oh. Running pretty sweet that. Oh, she didn't like that. As I say, it's crappy fuel. So she's running about 1500 RPM there. Which is about right. It's not even warmed up yet. It's got crappy fuel in it. The fuel's probably 5 months old since last time I started it, so everything looks alright. Temperature gauge is going up, not much fuel in it. Oil pressure looks alright. So there we go, one sweet little MGB. Thanks for watching, and I'll keep you updated.